Has anyone been forced to finance through Toyota initially for their Tundra? Dealer is saying they don't accept outside financing at all because it was taking forever for them to get the money from banks, so they have a blanket policy of no outside financing. This is how a letter to Toyota Tundra community started asking for advice. A nearly standard in-house dealer financing may seem fishy for some car buyers, as one Toyota Tundra buyer suspects the dealer's motives and feels uncomfortable with the situation, which Toyota doesn't want to be a Tundra deal breaker. Welcome back, dear friends. This is Armen Hareyan from TalkNews.com. If you are here first time, please take a moment and subscribe to our channel and give us thumbs up about this story which I'm about to tell you, and share with other Toyota fellow buyers because they may be interested to know about this. Car dealerships must do better jobs informing car buyers about the motives of in-house financing, not to raise suspicion and not to break the deal, as one Toyota Tundra buyer took it to the Tundra owners community questioning the dealer's motives. His question and the following explanation of why dealers push for in-house financing and are reluctant to accept outside financing may benefit other car buyers as well. By the way, Consumer Reports recommends several very good negotiation points to focus on when buying a new car, and I will have the link from TalkNews.com in the description of this video so you can see those negotiating points when you're buying the car next time. So, Enchilada went to his local Toyota dealership to purchase a Tundra truck. The dealer pressured him to ditch credit union for in-house financing, and that push raised red flags for the buyer. Should you cave to dealership pressure? Have you had the inexperienced? Enchilada took his concern to the 2022 Toyota Plus Tundra owners group on Facebook and asked the community. Here's what he said. Question for the group. Has anyone been forced to finance through Toyota initially for their Tundra? Dealer is saying they don't accept outside financing at all because it was taking forever for them to get the money from banks, so they have a blanket policy of no outside financing. I suspect it has more to do with incentives for the dealership than it does with waiting on the funds, but I could be wrong, he says. Anyway, it just feels a bit weird and gives me an uneasy feeling, he says, because I have never been told that by a big dealership before, but these are also different times we are living in now. This is kind of a after COVID times, when the cars were in shortage. So he says, am I worrying too much? They can't come close to beating my credit union. So my initial thought is to just refinance as soon as I leave the dealership and not make a big deal out of it. Has anyone that has done this before ever had any issue? I definitely don't want to make a big deal about it because the dealer and salesman have actually been really good to work with otherwise, and I haven't had any major issues, he says. No market adjustments, no dealer markups, etc. And he says, let me know your thoughts. I think it's good that they don't have any markups or anything like that. So why car dealerships prefer in-house financing? Let's talk about this first. There are several reasons why dealerships prefer in-house financing when selling you a car. But like I said, if you know some negotiation skills, you can really ease the situation even more. If there is a shortage of available cars, it's a dealership advantage market. If there is a shortage of Toyota Tundra trucks, Toyota dealerships will have an advantage in that market. This is similar to when they charge above MSRP. In the same way, but look, in this case, they didn't even want to charge any markups. In the same way, they can demand that you finance through Toyota because that's a back-end profit for Toyota and the dealership. This is true for any car dealerships, but I don't know if they have a blank policy not to accept any outside financing. The housing market has some similarities to this as well. If it's seller's market, the builder may ask you to finance through their partner bank. Car dealers might give you a good deal on a car, but then try to get you to finance the purchase through them instead of letting you use your own financing. This is because they make money when you finance with them, and they might be missing out on the profit if they gave you a discount on the car itself. It's especially common these days since they aren't selling as many cars, so they are looking for ways to make up the difference. One guy wrote that Audi gave him an extra $1,000 off for financing with them. He bought it out of state. Within the first month, he says he refinanced it with his local credit union. People do this, and I'm going to talk about this in a moment. Several people, like one person, last name is Molina, replied to this discussion and wrote that they were in the same boat. He says, I put a deposit on my Toyota Tundra due here in the next 2 weeks. The dealer also wants me to finance through Toyota's finance service because when they do, they prove to Toyota they are selling vehicles. And this helps increase their allocations. This is very important. The more you sell, the more allocations from Toyota you will have. And he says my bank, which is USAA, has much better rates than the TFS, Toyota's finance service, at the moment. And I'm on the same boat as you are, Molina writes to this person. Now let's talk about your options when buying a car and financing it. Remember, on the top of this conversation, I said you have some options and some negotiating skills, what you can do. In situations like this, you can probably get a cashier's check from your bank, then have your bank finance it. That's one option. Or save yourself the headache and just finance through Toyota. Check your state, but most don't have early payoff fees. The finance guy may say to you that you need to stick with a loan for 3 months. I don't know if that's true in this case, and they say something like that. I have heard people saying they already had a Toyota account and were able to refinance after a week of buying the truck. If you do this, then you can possibly help the dealership to have more allocations because they're selling more cars, and also you refinance through your bank. One another person from the group discussions writes that most dealerships have something they're gonna get you with. I have had all the experiences, market adjustments, walking out hidden fees, saying we need to finance through them to get a deal, and etc. I'd say if you can get a vehicle at MSRP, which seems to be this case, and they want you to finance with them, and that's the only thing holding the deal up to it, then refinance with your bank or credit union 1 to 3 months later. You can do that. A 1 to 3% difference for 1 to 3 months really doesn't, it ain't more than a few bucks. Pretty sure Toyota Finance doesn't have any early fees or anything to swap banks yet. So I think this is a good suggestion, right? Or at least make them match your rate or stretch the length of loan out to get a better rate for your Toyota Tundra purchase, and then save some extra cash and make extra full payments or more to pay it off early. So let me know your thoughts, friends. What would you do? Or have you ever been in a similar situation? How did you find your vehicles? How did you actually finance your vehicles purchase? In-house or outside through your bank? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section and let's have a discussion on this. This is Armen Hareyan from TorqueNews.com. Please visit us at Torque News and give this thumbs up for this video if you found the information helpful and useful. God bless you, and I'll see you soon in our next report. Have a great day.